we're moving forward. We've got a very special guest tonight, Scott Apeland from Intel, who is heading the developer program. Scott's going to give us a little update on what is going on at Intel with respect to app development. And one of the things I really always like is that they just don't do a great work on that part, but they also always keep a connection to what's going on in the world. So there's always this relationship to real users, to real problems. Thanks a lot for coming, Scott.
It's great to be back here again. This really is my favorite activity that I do when I come to Mobile World Congress each year. And it's mainly because of the interesting apps that I get to see firsthand here. Sometimes they're the first time that the public gets to see them. So I'm really excited to be able to be on the judging panel and evaluate what these finalists have to show us. I'm also really excited to work with Appcircus in general, not only because they're interested like us in supporting new innovation and the development of creative applications, but also in helping developers to do good things, solve problems, and give back to the community. It's an important thing to Intel in general, and something that I've always been impressed as I work with software developers in our program is they love doing that. They're passionate about it, and they jump in and do it at the drop of a hat all the time. And it comes down to that technology is great, but it alone doesn't solve problems. It's when people take that technology and apply it and find out how to do things with it that are good for people. So I want to show an example of an Intel employee who saw a challenge in the world. He saw technology he might be able to apply to that and decided to do something about it.
I don't believe that you can fix someone. That was never my goal here. Daniel was 14 when the bomb hit. Hiding behind a tree saved his life. But after losing both of his arms, he said he wished it hadn't. He had lived 2 years without arms. Daniel is just one of over 50,000 amputees left in the wake of the bloodiest war Africa has ever known. The plan was to go to Sudan and 3D print prosthetic arms for Daniel. But that was just the beginning. We wanted to leave his village with the tools and knowledge of how to create these prosthetics long after we had gone.
This is going to be the hand that we work on for Daniel.
I still pinch myself the fact that I was able to teach a group of people to print. Many who had never worked with computers before and never seen a 3D printer before, and I taught them how to make arms. That's what technology has the potential to do. I have a process. And the process is you commit, and then you figure out how the heck you're going to do it. The second I saw the story about Daniel, I didn't need to reread it. When you look at a picture of a boy with bandaged stump arms, I mean, what do? Do you just, oh, that's too bad, and close the computer and go to bed? What do you do? You can't put the pieces back together in someone else's life. But maybe if we print them new pieces, they'll start to learn to put them back together themselves.
It's amazing what one person can do when they decide to tackle problems. But when you get a whole community of software developers working together, it's pretty phenomenal as well. Just a couple months ago, we ran a fundraiser for helping underprivileged children to learn how to develop software, and they didn't have the chance to do that. And we did a tweeting campaign where we said, hey, when every tweet a developer does, we'll donate $1 to either Girls Who Code, Code.org, or Code Club. And developers around the world responded with tens of thousands of them retweeting. And you can see the heat map here of where they came out of. Just every single country virtually was involved, and we were thrilled to be able to help out in that way. So that's why I think Appcircus is also great, because of the connect and enrich and the challenge they give developers to solve challenges in their area. We have for the participants in the challenge, I'm sure they're aware that we have the Intel Developer Zone, but within the Developer Zone, in addition to the tools and training resources that developers can get, there's also our Code.org, Code for Good program that tells more about opportunities like this if you want to participate. But in addition to that, if you're an Android developer, we have great tools like the emulator, Haxum emulator, and indie software tools. If you're interested in Internet of Things and you want to develop with the latest Edison, which is essentially a postage stamp size computer on a chip, and you want to develop, you're a maker and you want to create interesting things, you can go to the Intel Developer Zone and get the IoT Dev Kit. If you want to try new ways to develop user interfaces for software, there's a RealSense SDK and with 3D cameras. And this is really cool because what it does is it adds 3D cameras to laptops. In fact, I have a slide here. So there's 3 versions of RealSense. On the left, you'll see the RealSense 3D front-facing camera, or the front-facing camera, so it faces you. And with that, it can track your fingers and your hands and do facial analysis, know when you're smiling or you're crying. You can do gestures to control the applications. So there's a whole SDK available, and the types of applications are really limitless of what developers can create there. And then the second one is a snapshot, and this is a brand new technology that's out which adds on the other side of your tablet, so the world-facing, 3 cameras that are really low-cost cameras, but what they do is they add depth to your photos. And all of a sudden now you can decide what layers of the photo you want to do editing onto and filter out. Or you can measure distances, how tall someone is or how wide something is. A whole host of applications that can be created with this. In fact, the prize we mentioned tonight, the Venue 8 here, not only is it the latest and greatest tablet with Intel processor in it, but it also has RealSense technology in it. So you can do the snapshot and measure things in your photos. So each of the we brought 4 of these tonight, so each of the 3 winners will get one, and in addition to the photo winner will get one. So you want to make sure you do your photo back there. So in closing, if you're not familiar with the Intel's developer program, go to software.intel.com. You'll find opportunities to participate in Code for Good and all kinds of other innovative technology you can take advantage of and create your software with. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Thanks a lot, Scott. That was amazing.